Alright guys, so I know there's a ton of is the KLX a reliable dirt bike slash dual sport video. They're all over YouTube, and in all honesty, any dirt bike you buy new is going to be reliable for the average rider who just rides and explores once a week. However, now we are really putting it through its paces with my rental company. So you can say this is an update on how the KLX has been holding up for the last 2 years through solid abuse. Now, owning a rental company is no easy task. In fact, it's one of the hardest industries I have ever been in. So I'm in the constant search for machines that hold up well to abuse, drops, rollovers, crashes, and disrespect of the machines. And then of course, customers do not like being charged for damages they cause. So this is what makes it very hard. So finding the perfect machine is still a learning curve for me. I do go through a lot of damages and a lot of maintenance. To give you an idea, something happens just about every day. Now when it comes to the KLX250 300, it is no different than any other machine in my fleet. It gets dropped and crashed about every day it gets rented essentially. And the KLX really does get rented almost every day. Well, on the days I'm open of course, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you can say about 4 times a week this machine gets dropped a lot and dropped hard and fast. Now, I'm not sure if this will help anyone trying to pick the KLX 250, but being a dual sport really is not my preferred machine to rent out due to its weight and its weak point, the fairings. I don't allow my machines on pavement, just trails, since regardless most renters do not have an M motorcycle endorsement. I do find the weak point of the KLX machines. Keep in mind this is the KLX250 KLX300, the Dualsport, not the KLX300R, but the weak point is actually the front shrouds. A few things here and there, but I might make that video another day. So for the KLX, it's not your traditional flexible shroud, say like your TTR 230 or KTM 252 stroke. So they get cracked a lot compared to your average dirt bike. Now for being a KLX 250 KLX 300 dual sport and its weight, especially in a rental fleet, this thing holds up to tremendous abuse. Only a few things has happened to this machine so far, honestly. Cracked coolant reservoir, cracked shrouds, speedometer sensor cable cut, small leak by the water pump due to a lot of drops, slight cracked gas tank, cracked star gear, and honestly, that's about it. I'm estimating this has about 10 to 12,000 miles on it or more because my newer 2-stroke has about 8,000 miles and the KLX gets rented out a lot more and it's still ticking. All these issues are very minor, they're easy to fix, and believe it or not, very inexpensive to repair compared to other machines. So overall, the KLX has been very, very reliable for the abuse it goes through. And not to mention, this is a bike I do select when they say they don't have much experience. It hasn't even leaked through a fork seal yet. And to give you an idea, every single dirt bike in my fleet, including the DRZ 400, has already gone through fork seals, even the new ones. Now the amount of abuse this KLX gets, you have to see exactly where I'm coming from and the type of riders that want to pick my dirt bikes, just to show you how well this machine holds up. Unfortunately, I do get a lot of customers who say they have experience on motorcycles or they just say they used to ride a lot and haven't ridden in years. And when we finally go out on the trails, they struggle and drop the bike a lot. And it's very apparent that they do not have any experience whatsoever. Unfortunately, a lot of folks think I will deny them on the bike they choose. So I think they're just being dishonest about their choices because they probably think I will deny them on the rental or just say, no, you can't rent that dirt bike. But in reality, I won't deny them. I will just take them to another location and maybe start them off on something like a TTR 230 or an XR 250. In the rental business, I have learned most people like anything that has the name 250 in it. So they are not, to give you an idea, they are not 100% sure what a KLX 250 is. They just pick it because it has the name 250 in it. If it has 200, 230, or 215 or something like that, they normally are not a popular choice. And then anything with K in it, they tend to really like it, KX250 and so forth. So they do assume it's your typical fast Kawasaki, 250 track bike. Then when I tell them it's an entry-level 250 Dualsport, they ask me for the most powerful dirt bike. And keep in mind, these are customers who don't have much experience and have not set foot on actual public trail systems in national forest. But with that being said, the KLX250 hands down is one of the best motorcycles to learn on, especially if you are tall. It's actually more mellow than the TTR 230 and soaks up hits a little better than the TTR 230. The only disadvantage is the weight when learning how to balance on it, essentially when you're first starting out, and a bit more of a struggle for folks who need to flat foot on a dirt bike when they're first learning. So overall, yes, the KLX 250 is a dang reliable bike. It's still holding up, has never given me issues on starting, stalling, or any funny play as of yet. Even the original battery is still good. But as a rental fleet, I personally think it's a little bit too early to tell compared to other bikes' reliability. But in my opinion at least, it's not ideal for learning on the trails for a rental fleet, since they do abuse it a lot. However, for your own personal dirt bike, Dualsport, I personally believe there is no other bike to have, especially if you're first starting out. And honestly, with the KLX 250, as far as reliability, comfort, and trail capabilities, I don't think you can ever go wrong. This machine is literally a trail bike that can handle off-road trails just like a dirt bike. Anyhow, guys, be sure to follow, subscribe. We'll still keep posting, updates on the KLX and so forth. See how it holds up. I've only been renting this thing for about 3 years, so there's still a lot to learn. I plan to maybe keep it for another 2 years perhaps, and just see what else the KLX will go through. Anyhow, guys, let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.